Morning, everyone. TGIF, the 20th of August, and it's an expiration day for the regular monthly options. Okay, there's not a lot of news around, and there was no economic news that was going to come out today, so I'll just get started. We have Asia and Europe both down, and weakness in China, but specifically down about 2% in Hong Kong, which is really turning out to be a major area of concern based on China's new rules. That said, let's get to some of the earnings. We had ROST stores with a beat top and bottom line, but giving poor guidance for next quarter based on supply chain costs. The stock yesterday had closed 126.58 up 253, currently trading 121, down 558 or 4.4%. We had Foot Locker, which handily beat, doubled revenues. The stock is 58.30. That's up 391 or 7.2%. We had AMAT, which is pretty much basically unchanged after having a beat both top and bottom line. In news, though, MUDS, MUDS, that's Mudrick Capital, has called off their deal to merge Topps, the baseball and sports cards, into that SPAC. Topps has lost Major League Baseball card franchise after just a scant 70 years. It's being taken by a holding of Fanatics, which is a gaming site, gambling gaming, not video gaming. So Mudrick is down a little. It's been hanging right around 10, so it's a little lower this morning, down about 40 cents. Lordstown Motors, RIDE, yesterday, new low close, 477, down 5. This morning, 491, up 14, or just a scant 2.7%. They had a demonstration at some sort of a show up in Burlington, Vermont. Not much to say about that. They still need money. It's still questionable that they'll get anything done. Tesla unveiled its sort of looking like a humanoid robot, but a person in a robot suit. They are talking about this robot being able to initially do things that are either dangerous or incredibly boring. Elon Musk, who has in the past talked about being concerned about AI and robots, made the offhanded comment that this robot will only be able to run 5 miles an hour, and so you can get away from it. Apple delayed till January the return to office based on COVID, so another questionable reopen. And GeoVax, they make vaccines, and the stock had a range yesterday of 380 to 514, closing up at 430, which was about a 26% gain, I believe. This morning traded as high as $8.99. The last is $7.50. That's up 320 or 75% on the fact that they have developed a series of vaccines that are for the variant. This is pretty much an R&D company, and somebody, I guess, would have to make those vaccines. I don't think they have the financial wherewithal to ramp up that kind of a deal, but it is a step forward. Okay, in the futures, oil was up last night. Can't hold it. Really looking ugly. 61.33. Yes. As a matter of fact, where it's trading right now, 62.41, down $1.09, was yesterday's low. It has been a little lower than that. This still looks to me like it's going to, at the very least, test these lows. That's 61.56, not very far from here. Next series of lows is in this neighborhood of 61.43. The important breakout back to the upside here occurred around 60, which coincidentally is where the 200-day MA comes in. The whole oil issue is in question based on Delta variant and reopening. And as we see with companies like Apple and many more, they are pushing back on reopen. So far today, we have a lower high and a lower low. The gold seems to be stuck here in this little trading area. That actually, I think, is a positive for it. The reason being that it's consolidating right under this area that I told you about. The high here is 1797.60. My concern is 18 to about 1820 in this area. But if we're going to hold this and stay above the rising 5-day moving average, which is going to penetrate, if we close up on the day, is going to penetrate the 20-day back to the upside here, could be pretty constructive, certainly at least back to that 1835, 1840 area where it topped out again for this horrendous fall from 1835 to 1677, I think it was 1675, right? All right. Bitcoin up a little today. The dollar was strong yesterday, and the stock futures are lower. S&P down 1675, NASDAQ down 12, Dow down 155. Bitcoin up 290, Ethereum up 66.5, and the dollar up another dime at 93.69. This is an area for the dollar that has been a problem, and I expect it will continue to be a problem. We're looking at it. Let's look at the weekly because it's a little bit more representative. While this is a slightly higher high, in the grand scheme of things, we're still looking lower. We have broken out above this. The dollar could get strong. The fundamentals absolutely do not favor it. But I'm guessing that all of the taper news and end of QE news is positive for the dollar, even though interest rates continue to slide on COVID fears. All right, everyone, there you have it. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Be careful out there. And I'll be back Monday morning. And I remind you, please hit that share button. Please hit that subscribe button and like us to be supportive of the work we do. Have a good weekend.